Everyone is focused on price, interest rates, and inventory, but nobody's talking about this current trend that's happening in Little Rock right now that not only buyers can take advantage of, but also sellers can learn from it and still get an offer that makes sense financially and still demand the most amount of money. So stick with me. What's going on, guys? My name is Cody, realtor with eXp Realty. I specialize in helping sellers get the most amount of money and help buyers find the next best deal. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want more valuable content just like this. Be sure to check out all my social medias if you want more valuable content. But why this video is so important is because there's a current trend that not only specifically buyers can really take advantage of, but also sellers can learn from this and still negotiate and still navigate in the same market and still get the offer that they're looking for. Waste no more time. Let's jump into the meat and potatoes. Let's get into it. So number one, let's talk about the facts here. The average days on market has increased. That's honestly, that's a fact. Nobody can hide from that. But one thing that a lot of sellers are necessarily doing that I talked about in my previous videos, there are a lot of listings that are coming off the market, but also buyers may not see that as an opportunity, which can be a great opportunity, especially for buyers and investors as well. For instance, downtown or close to downtown, really inventory or sales rate has decreased literally 21% this year, which is crazy. But a lot of buyers and investors can take advantage of this. So you're probably wondering, Cody, what are you talking about? What does this mean? What does this mean is that there's a lot of inventory that is on the market right now. So a lot of buyers have a lot of choices up their sleeve, but ultimately the interest rates is sometimes what's currently stopping them right now. So like I said, that's going to drive buyers into price sensitivity. But also here's the crazy part of what's going on. If a lot of sellers are giving away a lot of houses for a deal, especially if you're an investor looking to not only create some rental opportunities for yourself, there's a lot of opportunities that are going right now, especially in the Little Rock area. There's certain areas, especially around the 12th Street, especially around the Battery Street area, where homes are historical. You're almost into the historical district. You're literally into the historical district where homes can literally permit to multifamily. So what does that mean? There's a lot of rental demands, especially in this current market, because like I said, going back into the situation of a buyer, a lot of buyers are not going to want to pay or at least buy a house with the current interest rates there are right now. A lot of buyers are really holding off and they're looking for specifically rentals. So this can be an opportunity for either, investors or buyers who are looking to do Airbnbs, or anybody who's looking to, rent out their place, create some general income, raise some passive income. Even though I preach about buying a home, buying an asset, but ultimately when I look at the statistics, there's a lot of demand for rentals. There's a lot of people who are coming to me looking for rental options, which I can definitely help them with. I have no problem getting them into rental properties, which after I give them the spill of why buying is better than renting, but ultimately I can see this as a great opportunity for an investor standpoint. Now you're talking about, Cody, I don't want to rent, I want to flip. There's still some opportunities there because there's a lot of people a lot of sellers who are willing to basically give their house away. If you know how to negotiate strongly, like in my previous video, you don't want to go too hard. You don't want to piss the seller off, but you want to come at them with the facts. You want to come at them with some pre-approval. You can get a deal. And that's only going to happen with a strong negotiating buyer's agent that work for you. So if you're a buyer, if you're an investor who needs an agent or actually want to get some deals, build some portfolio, be sure to contact me down in the description below. Let's get your portfolio built out. But ultimately, that's what it means right now. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody's doing this. I'm working with a couple investors right now. 2 are already under contract. One's going to put multifamily around the historic, the Charles area, close to the capital. But ultimately, there's a lot of opportunity that a lot of people are not really taking advantage of. They're not seeing this. There's a lot of increase in rental demands. But that doesn't mean that, the sellers are still out of luck. What does this mean for sellers? Number one, that sellers need to adjust their expectations. Ultimately thinking that, your homes are going to sell within, 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, especially if you're not priced aggressively, which is the next one. Pricing aggressively. If you price aggressively, you can actually get the offer that you're looking for. But ultimately, if you want to get past these investors, if you want to get past these home buyers who are looking for a deal, you should price aggressively from day one, especially if you want to sell in under 30 days, if you want to sell pretty quickly. A lot of people are looking at those days on market. They're going to use it as an advantage, as a tactic to lowball you. And that's something that you want to avoid, not unless that, you want to give, if you're an agent, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I say either 1 to 2 weeks and immediately do that price drop. But ultimately, if you want to win as a seller, this is what you're going to have to focus on. Now, what does this mean as a buyer? everything that I just presented. That's what it means as a buyer. You have a lot of advantage out here. You have a lot of inventory to pick out. And ultimately, if you negotiate pretty smartly, if your agent can negotiate with you in a smart demeanor way, you can really get a house for a deal. And ultimately, whether if you're a home buyer buying a house, whether you're an investor trying to flip, or you're trying to rent out, there's a lot of advantages that you can take care of. But ultimately, guys, I hope you enjoyed this short video on what the current market in Little Rock is currently doing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want more valuable content just like this. And if you want to actually work with an agent, get some portfolios, get some rental properties, even flip, be sure to contact me down in the description below. Without further ado, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Let's get it.